Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to EFA85 on this Tuesday, June 16th. Today I want to talk about facial coverings, right? I want to talk about the facial coverings that if you listen to the news, put your ear to the ground, right? Grassroots, put your ear to the ground and listen. This is annoying, isn't it? Right? And this whole facial covering thing is starting to get annoying. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's coming to a mandatory place near you. I see it coming. I smell it coming. Ear to the ground. They're going to make facial coverings eventually probably mandatory in a lot, at least the publicly funded places, your government type place, your municipal, your provincial, your federals, your states, your countries, your zone, whatever. They're going to have you want to come in here, you got to wear a face covering. And if that comes to fruition, right, which I believe it is, I really believe it is, and there's a lot of good reasons why, and there's a lot of good reasons that for some individuals and some groups and et cetera, if they want to, like I said, double, triple, bubble wrap yourself, giddy up. But when I look at the mandatory part of it, if it does come to fruition, I want a Spiderman type suit, not Spiderman himself, but like Spiderman type suit, right? Government funded, because if it's being pushed and if it's being enforced on everybody, and then people are affected by businesses. I'm hearing people like complaining about costs of some of the businesses. And I know, but I'm telling you, people are gonna have to recoup somehow, right? So that comes with a cost. All these things. So it should the outfits and all that should not come from our dollar. It should be government funded, and eventually those kind of suits and full face covering and full body covering, everything that won't count. So it'll probably, and at that time I want like an Iron Man suit. I want like Captain Canuck, though, not Iron Man, but like Captain Canuck. I want full Canadian, right? And I'll throw out a few flags out there that I've been around, and then add flags as I tour the world. Okay, government funded, because that's coming to a place near you. What I'm more interested in, and all these face coverings, and listen to them. Like, we should maybe wear them at work all the time. And these are commercial. These are people talking. These are government medical officials talking about maybe wearing masks all the time and wearing a mandatory at work all the time in public places all the time. Then it's a good idea for health, and not mandatory, but people should volunteer and that kind of stuff. Eventually, that becomes peer pressure, public pressure, that kind of stuff, and eventually everybody's wearing it because you have somebody coming in with a bylaw. Here's your $100 ticket. Remember, I say this at revenue generation. Trust me on that. It's again coming to a place near you. But why aren't we talking about health, the prevention of? Like, if you put your ears to the ground and you talk about all these face coverings and all these preventions and all these this and all that, nothing is tied to health. But we all know data-wise that those that do extremely well to 0% of catching it are those that are extremely healthy, or they might be full of it but no symptoms of it because they're fully healthy, no underlying issue, et cetera, et cetera. Why don't we look at that world? Right? Why don't we go to that world? Why don't we go to the world of educating people on what to do and not to do, to live a long, prosperous life without the need of medical services? Right? Think about that. Imagine educating people on that world. If you follow this path of life, you will live a very, very healthy life without needing medical services. Right? Think about that for a second. Why isn't that being educated? Why isn't that being pushed? Why isn't the hundreds of millions of dollars being spent towards that direction, where the data is there, the information is there, the education is there, the science is there? Why isn't that being pushed onto the people? Right? Instead of covering your face. Do you remember that movie with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone, where they weren't allowed to kiss? They had to like everything, like you can swear, you can do nothing. I can't remember that movie, but at basically the end, they break all rules and they make love. They should. But in that movie, incrementation, right? It's a movie, but incrementation. We're going to see that if we don't pay attention, if you don't keep your ear to the ground, if you don't listen to what I'm saying, we are going to go into the incrementation world of mandatory facial coverings. Some form, at minimum, in public places. It's coming to a place near you. I heard in China that there's some parts of China they're doing phase 2 lockdowns right now. They started at some areas and zones, right? There's some areas that are being locked down again. So again, hence why people are looking for houses with more land. They're looking to, I need to maybe have something with a backyard and not just an apartment or not just a condo, right? Because now I can at least sit outside and breathe and have my personal space, right? If I need it. So all these things are happening, all these transitions, everybody's feeling it, everybody's touching it, everybody's experiencing it, and some people are doing very well with it. That said, I'm talking to you, the government, again. Why aren't we talking about health? Why aren't we pushing health? Why aren't we educating on health? Right? Follow my previous couple of podcasts. You'll see how I nearly lost 100 pounds thus far just by doing this. And if the world followed even a fraction of that type of education, they wouldn't need medical services as much as they do, and they wouldn't be fearful of COVID-19. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA 85.